So depreciation, right? So we have multi-level method. So yesterday we have created multi-level method key. So multi-level method means nothing but that's what we have discussed. At different levels, we can have different depreciation percentages. Also, we can have separate percentages, right? So in the multi-level method, our chart of depreciation is DRCD, Dr. Reddy Labs chart of depreciation, right? And here we have created 4 depreciation keys, right? This is DR1, DR2, DR3, DR4, right? And all are straight line method, and one only I have for non-heavy plant and machinery. I have taken WDU method, that is written down value method. So we have discussed about what the difference between straight line method and the written down value method, right? So let us see, even in case of calculation of depreciation, how system calculates WDU method and how system calculates straight line method. And constantly there is one interview question always in this area, that how system identifies, how system calculates rather, right, straight line method or WDU method. So for that, our question is that, say in case of straight line method, right, in the multi-level method key, in the levels, what we have done here, see base value. For straight line method, we choose baseline value, base value. Base value 01 means acquisition value. So here we are telling to the system, I'm going to calculate 10% depreciation on acquisition value. So what is acquisition value? Here in this example, we have already seen. This is acquisition value. Say 1 lakh is the asset acquisition value. System always every year calculate depreciation on acquisition value. System go to the original value of the asset, then calculate depreciation. So if you choose this, then system always calculates depreciation on straight line method, because it is going to take the original acquisition value of the asset. But whereas in the case of WDV method, see here 12 WDV method, DR3, here go to level, here I have taken 24. 24 is nothing but written down value method. So net book value, system calculates depreciation on the net book value, that is whatever the value that is available in the beginning of the year, that is original value minus depreciation, right? That is the written down value. Again, every year system calculates depreciation on written down value method only, right? So Rajesh, can you mute your
Yes, sir.
mic? Just
Yeah,
me
yeah.
mic mute cheyandi so that the session record avutundi, right? So 24, so this is always interview question. So many people they fail to answer this question. How system identifies whether it is a straight line method or a WDU method? What is the parameter or where the configuration is being done for this? Means this is in the multi-level method key. We do take 24 for a WDU method because it calculates the depreciation on written down value method, that is net book value. Net book value is nothing but here. See, in case of straight line method, 1 lakh minus 10,000 depreciation, right? 10,000. Here every year it calculates. For example, if we have arrived, if we have calculated the depreciation, acquired the asset in 2012, right? First year 10,000, again 10,000, again 10,000, because 10% is calculated on the original value. But whereas in case of WDU method, it calculates first year 10,000, balance is 90,000. Then next year 10% on 90,000, 9,000. Then next year 90,000 minus 9,000, 81,000. So on 81,000, 10%, 8,100, like that written down value. So there is nothing. This is called net book value. Net book value means the value net of depreciation is net book value, right? So this is acquisition value, original value. So if you, in case of WDU method, if you take 24, system calculates the depreciation on the net book value. Hence system calculates WDU method here, right? So this is the answer. So multi-level method we have defined yesterday. Now the next one is, in order to calculate depreciation, we need two keys. One is multi-level method key, another one is main depreciation key. So now we are going to define the main depreciation key. In the main depreciation key, whatever the four keys that we have defined in the multi-level method, all those things we have to insert. How we have to insert that I'll show you. Right now, maintain depreciation key. Go here, the same, the path is so this is financial accounting, assets accounting, depreciation, valuation methods, depreciation key, calculation methods, and maintain depreciation key. And here in the calculation method, define base method, define declining balance method, define maximum amount method, define multi-level method, define period control method. There are four things are there. Out of this, we are going to use base method and multi-level method in this and product this is a period control method. These three methods we'll use here in this depreciation key. These are all standard that we need not configure these things. We have to take it. I'll show you why we have to take, what we have to take. I'll tell you. Right. Let us create maintain depreciation key. So if you go to the maintain depreciation key, here we are going to define our own standard depreciation keys are available here, but we are not going to use this because we don't know how these depreciation keys have been prepared. And if we create our own depreciation key, we can understand how to create a depreciation key. Better to go for new entries. Then I'm creating depreciation key DR01, first key. In the same way, this is multi-level method key. Multi-level method key. Second one is depreciation key. Here we'll create DR01, DR02, DR03, DR04. Four depreciation keys we can prepare. Right. So these depreciation key here DR1, 2, 3, DR01, 02, 03. This is multi-level method key. This is main depreciation key. Right. And here again, same narration I can use. Right. I'm going to use the same narration. Here 5% straight line depreciation on admin building. Now let us see here. 5% straight line method depreciation on admin buildings. Okay. This is DRLB. Right. Dr. D Labs bulk drugs. Here period control according to the fiscal year. So as per the number of periods will be controlled according to the fiscal year. That is as per the number of periods that you have in a fiscal year, right? System calculates depreciation accordingly. Depreciation to be calculated to the date, up to the date, whether per procurement or sale should be calculated. These two you check it, right? And here it is in inactive mode. Once we create all the depreciation keys, we have to activate it. By standard, it will be in inactive mode. Assignment of calculation methods. So this is the key depreciation key. This has to be linked to the asset. Every asset should be assigned one depreciation key. This is the key we have to assign. And this is the straight line depreciation on admin buildings. So we have right? See, we have in the asset class, we have admin building, factory building. Anyway, no depreciation on land. Similarly, heavy plant and machinery, non-heavy plant and machinery. Like that, any number of assets we have, we should have that many number of depreciation keys we should have. Okay. Now, once you take down this, double click on assignment of calculation methods. So, calculation methods need to be assigned here. Go to new entries. Here, type of depreciation: ordinary depreciation, special tax depreciation, interest. So, ordinary depreciation, right? So, as per the Companies Act, right? Phase: from the start of the depreciation, change over with planned life, change over after the end of the useful life. This is from the start of the depreciation. We are going to calculate this ordinary depreciation. Means from the start of the depreciation means from the start of procurement of the asset, I want the depreciation to be calculated. That is the meaning. Then assignment of calculation methods. So here, this is the depreciation key. To this, we have to assign calculation method. I told you there, base method, declining balance method, product period control method, multi-level method key, multi-level method. Now, multi-level method, anyhow, we have defined our own key. I'm going to assign the same DR01, right? 5% straight line depreciation on admin buildings. Same. Then what is this base method? Let us see here. Base method is nothing but here there are 12 ordinary explicit percentage, 14 ordinary explicit percentage within brackets after the end of the life. Here sometimes what happen, asset will be there, every asset must and should be associated with one depreciation key. Depreciation key, it maintains so many parameters with reference to the each and every asset master card, right? Now if we take 12, system thinks that we need only depreciation key to be assigned explicit percentage. Here as per the explicit percentage only we are going to calculate, but system will not take care of the asset after the end of the useful life. Means, say for example, we have purchased an asset with 1 crore and depreciation has been completed, say within maybe 7 or 8 years, right? But the life of the asset is still, we have say 10 years. Then even after completion of the asset life, right? I mean depreciation, the life of the asset is going to be for 10 years, because after 7 or 8 years depreciation has been completely exhausted. If in case of say pollution control equipment or some of the heavy plant and machinery, maybe the rate of depreciation will be very high. Say for example, if you take 20% of depreciation, within 5 years entire value will get depreciated. Now if the life of the asset may be 10 years, but in some of the cases what we need to do, total value of the asset divided by number of years useful life of the asset will give you the percentage of depreciation, right? Into that we can calculate a percentage. So the total value of the asset divided by number of years, right? It will give you that amount. That amount we can take it into percentage, and that will be the percentage. But now here, as per the Companies Act, we need to take the percentage. So that's why here explicit percentage we are going to take. If you take 12, system will not take care of the asset after the end of the completion of the depreciation. And not only that, after the useful life of the asset. Say, I say useful life of the asset is 10 years. Right, after 10 years, system, that asset will not disappear just like that. System will be there. But what we thought is that useful life is 10 years. Maybe even after useful life, system will, maybe that asset will work maybe for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, until it is going to be scrapped completely. I can use the asset with repairs, etc. Right. But in case if you decide, if you take depreciation key 12, ordinary explicit percentage only it will take. But if you take 14, ordinary explicit percentage even after end of the useful life, right? It will give you message. Even if I take 12, I'll show you. Once if you save, system will give a message. I'll show you that. Next one is, generally we have to take 14, right? Not 12. We'll change it again. Period control method. So regarding the period control method, we have 0101 02 02. What is this? This I'll tell you once we complete the depreciation key. When we go out, I'll show you how that method will work. See, now DR01 is the depreciation key. To this we have assigned ordinary explicit percentage, period control method, multi-level method, which we have created yesterday. Right? Save it. DR01, check the treatment after the end of the useful life. So system will not maintain the asset value after the end of the useful life. If you take 12, means system, the depreciation key will not function. So that's why what I need to do is 14. Take 14, ordinary explicit percentage depreciation. Take care of the asset even after the end of the useful life. Though I said 10 years, system will work for 15 years, then depreciation key will take care of the asset for any number of years. Otherwise, we need to change the depreciation key subsequently. Right? This is the way we create the main depreciation key. The T code is FAMA. Now let us go to the next. Right here, second key, DR02. 10% straight line depreciation on factory building. Right, 10% straight line depreciation on factory building, DRLB. Same way, double click on assignment of calculation methods, go to new entries, take ordinary depreciation, take from the start of the depreciation, take 14 here, here 001, and here choose the multi-level method which we have created to DR2, 10% straight line depreciation on factory building. Right, then go back, next entry. Next is DR03. But this I am telling you how to calculate WDV method. How system shows you, I'll show you that. Because when you calculate WDV method, the value will not get 0. It will take so many years. In order to complete this one, right here, the value will be minimum, but it will not become 0 for so many years. But in this case, very sharp, within 10 years will become 0. The value of the asset in the books of accounts. Right, 12% WDV depreciation. Same, take this, new entries, ordinary depreciation, from start of the depreciation, everything same. Here DR3, 12% WDV depreciation. Save it. Then come back. Next entry, DR04. %, straight line depreciation on heavy plant and machinery. Right, since this is a heavy plant and machinery, the rate of depreciation will be generally more. In case of India, these depreciation rates are decided by not the company, as per the Companies Act. Sorry. Here, check it. Assignment of calculation methods, new entries, 14, DR04, 20% straight line. Check here 2020. Right? So now we have created 4 depreciation keys. These are the 4. Right? DR01, 2, 3, 4. And all are in inactive status. If it is in inactive mode, system will not calculate any depreciation. It has to be activated. Select the depreciation keys, click on activate. Right now it is inactive mode. See, it will become active. Once depreciation key is active, then only it will function. So whenever you want, you can activate or deactivate. That can be done. If you don't want, we can right next. So this is the creation of depreciation key we have done. This is the maintain period control method. This is what we have assigned in this key. Period control method is nothing but it will control the period. We have assigned 001. What is 001? 001 is nothing but 0101 0202. Then what is this? Here acquisition, addition, retirement, transfer. In these circumstances, that is when we acquire the asset, when we make the addition of the asset, when we retire the asset, when we transfer the asset, what are the norms for calculation of the depreciation? What is the day we should take? That is what system asks us. Here the rule is that at 01 prorata at the period start date acquisition. So whenever we are going to acquire an asset, system calculates prorata depreciation from the start of the procurement date, prorata at period start date. From period start date to it will calculate prorata depreciation. Then 02 is nothing but prorata up to the mid period at the period start date. So this is for retirement or transfer. So whenever you are going to retire the asset or sell the asset up to the mid period, right, even then it will calculate the prorata depreciation. So here there are so many options are given. What options we want, that we need to select from here. Accordingly system calculate the depreciation. But right, the standard methods are already defined here, 1 2 3 4 5. Right, here different combinations are there. So we can take any combination from which period to which period you want the depreciation. But generally this is the method we take. 01 prorata period from the for the acquisition or addition, for 02 additional retirement or transfer. So system calculate depreciation accordingly. Right, this is standard, we need not do anything, just try to understand, that's all. And now depreciation is complete now. So we have created multi-level method key and we have created main depreciation key, right? And after creation of the multi-level depreciation key, that is assigned or linked in the main depreciation key. Our multi-level method key is nothing but wherein it will identify whether you are going to calculate straight line method or WDV method, right? And actually the percentage and how many years this depreciation key is going to function. All those things we have defined in the multi-level method key, and that key we have assigned in the main depreciation key. Right. Now the last and final configuration. So in asset accounting, the number of configuration steps are more. That's why, but bit confusing. But unless you do it around 4 or 5 times, you cannot remember all these things. Right. So the main difficulty part in asset accounting is the main configuration. Next is valuation, set chart of depreciation, determine depreciation areas in the asset class. Now here we have seen asset class, right? This is the asset class. Now the depreciation key, whatever we have defined, right? This is the depreciation key we have defined, and that is going to be linked up at asset class level. If I'm going to assign at class level, see, my account determination is building. Asset class is classified into, building is classified into admin building, factory building, guest house. For each thing I have a different percentage. So at this level I need to assign depreciation key. If I'm going to assign depreciation key at this level, for all the assets whatever I acquire, for that depreciation, same depreciation key will function. Because admin building means all are admin and administrative buildings. What are the percentage that is applicable to all those assets, right? That's why we are going to link up the depreciation key at the asset class level. Similarly, factory building. So all factory building, same percentage I use. That's why at class level I can define. So that what happens, when asset master is created, system by default takes the depreciation percentage whatever we have given in the asset class. That is required, and also system will not so that is a suggestive way for the user, because user may or may not know what is the depreciation percentage that he has to take, but by default system chooses the percentage, the same percentage or the same key whatever we have assigned in the asset class. That is what we are going to do now. That means we are not giving the chance to the user, because at high level we define whatever the depreciation percentage we have to use, all those things at high level decision as per the Companies Act or income tax, whatever it may be. And now here, determine depreciation areas in the asset class. So in the asset class I need to assign. Right here, the asset classes whatever we have defined in our earlier classes are visible here. Now I need to assign the depreciation key here. Say administrative building. Select administrative building, double click on depreciation areas. Now it is in the deactivation mode. I have to remove this to activate. And what I need to do here, layout. What is this layout? Here it says that 1000 depreciation on main asset number level, 2000 depreciation on subasset number level. Here if you have a subasset, I told you about subasset, right? Subasset also takes the same depreciation as of that main asset. So in case if you are assigning the depreciation key to an asset which do not have a subasset, then we have to assign 1000. Means asset depreciation is calculated at main asset number level only. But if there is an asset, say heavy plant and machinery is there, for that we have subasset. In such case we have to assign 2000. That is, we are telling to the system, you calculate depreciation on subasset level also. Same depreciation key has to be applicable for the subasset too. But if you take 1000 for admin building, I do not have any subasset. Press enter. Once you press enter, then only depreciation key will open. Until then, it will not open up. Right? Depreciation key. Now, what is this administrative building? For administrative building, what is the depreciation key? DR01. 5% straight line depreciation on administrative buildings. Assign this depreciation here. Here, use means useful life. PER means period. So how many years? 10 years, 10 years, 6 months. I can do like that. But admin building, maybe for all admin buildings may or may not have the same number of years of service. So that's why better don't give it. In case if management wants to give, okay, we can give. But otherwise, whenever we create an asset master, in the asset master itself, we enter the total useful life. So that's why I'm not entering here. This is book depreciation as per the Companies Act. This is tax depreciation as per the Income Tax Act. Same will be copied here. Same depreciation key is going to be copied. And if you want, you can change it. Right? This is now complete. So at this asset class level, we are assigning the depreciation keys. Come back. Right? This is admin building. This is DRL asset under construction. For asset under construction and land, there is no depreciation at all. But even though there's a zero, no depreciation, we need to assign zero depreciation key. But we have not defined zero depreciation key. But standard depreciation key is available. So we can assign anyway 0 means I'll show you. Remove this, take 1000. This is asset under construction. Press enter. Take here the standard depreciation key 0. No depreciation and no interest. Right? Take this. That's all. All zeros will be there. Next, number 3. Factory building. Select, double click on depreciation areas, remove this, right, factory building. So factory building may have subset. Say factory building, associated factory shed will be there. In case if you have subset, I have to take 2000. Depreciation on subset number level. So subset, the same depreciation will be taken. Press enter. And depreciation on factory building. Let us take the depreciation key. DR0 state and depreciation on factory building. Right? Here useful life I am not taking anywhere. At the time of creation of asset master card, I'll do that. Freehold land. So on land we do not have any depreciation. So 0 depreciation key. Come back. Then heavy plant and machinery. So subset will be there. That's why I'm taking 2000 depreciation on subset number level. Here heavy plant and machinery. Straight line depreciation on heavy plant and machinery. Right? DR04. Heavy plant and machinery. Leasehold land. So whether leasehold or freehold land, no depreciation. That is 0 depreciation. Non-heavy plant and machinery. So no subset. DR03 WDV depreciation on non-heavy plant and machinery. So like this, for each and every asset class level, I need to assign the depreciation key. Right? So that has been done. So the total configuration of asset accounting has been done with. Now we need to create asset master record, just like customer master, vendor master, GL master, asset master. So master record is a permanent transaction, permanent record in which the details of the all assets will be available. Let us create asset master record. Right. So master records will be created in easy access. Go to accounting. T code is AS01. Financial accounting. Fixed assets. Posting asset. Create AS01 asset. So if you are going to buy an asset, if you are going to buy outright purchase of an administrative building, you want to buy building. So in such case, first of all, we need to, as soon as asset is procured, financial transaction is, before we do the financial transaction, we need to create asset master card. Right? Say for example, here I'm going to create, say, asset class. If you remember, I have given some notes. In that note, in the PDF notes, whatever I have given, this one in asset accounting, if you observe, I have given these notes. Right? Subasset master is created with reference to the asset master card. This we'll see when we create asset subasset master. Asset master card is created with reference to asset class. What is the meaning of this? See, Now I'm going to create asset master card is created with reference to asset class. Now I'm creating asset master card. Asset master, see, create initial asset master this is. So while creating asset master, I have to tell to the system in which asset class I'm creating. DRLB, right? Here I'm going to create administrative building, right? This is my asset class. DRLB, admin building, ADBU. Company code. In this company code, in this asset class, I'm going to create an asset master card. Number of similar assets, only one. Right. Click on master data. So here, say admin building at right MG Road, Bangalore, right? And inventory number, I need not give anything here now. Capitalized on means when the asset has been capitalized, in the date of acquisition itself is the capitalization of the asset. Next, time dependent tab. Here, business area. So business area, Bangalore. So we have created already DRBU. DRBN means Bangalore. Cost center is not there, right? Anything is, all these things we have, cost center has been made optional in the field status. Right, if you remember, all these fields are controlled from where? From integration, master data, screen layout, define screen layout for asset master data. Right, if you remember, define screen layout for asset master data. Here for asset account determination level. Right, see, admin building, DRAU asset and BU building. For buildings, logical groups, general data, posting information, time dependent data, general data, posting information, time dependent, allocations, origin, net worth, right? Allocations, net worth. These tabs, whatever it represents, the fields in these things will be controlled from here. Now, say for example, general data. Select general data, field group rules. Here, description 1, required entry. See here, this is required entry. See, symbol. Because we have selected required entry, here it is asking required entry. So why we made it required entry? Because we don't want the user to forget to enter the name. Right? It looks ridiculous. Time dependent tab. So here business area. Allocations. Origin means from whom we have purchased. Here vendor. Whenever you procure an asset, automatically by default the name of the vendor will come here. Number. Here number, here description will come. Here net worth, insurance, right? What are the insurance that is there on the asset? If you have taken any insurance, that will appear, and also on the due date within before 10 days or 15 days, whatever the setting that we make, as per that system will give you, will send a mail to the concerned person, so that it will remind you about the paying of the insurance. Depreciation areas, last and final. Because we have done last and final step in the configuration, assign depreciation keys at asset class level. Because of that, see, for this I have not given depreciation key. By default system has picked up book depreciation, tax depreciation. dear, useful life. Administrative building, I can say it will be there for 40 years. Let's enter. Ordinary depreciation start date. So when depreciation start date, the date of acquisition will be the depreciation start date. That's all. So these are the parameters I have given to create one asset master record. Save it. Asset 1001 is created. We have given number ranges AS08, the T code. Because I want to show you the configuration, what are the configurations that we have done and which one helps us to get these parameters. See here, copy reference chart depreciation, specify asset class, create screen layout rules, define number range interval. Right, this number range interval again we have assigned in the asset class. Administrative building. See, number range 2 is given. Right, 2 means two starts with 1001 to 2000. That's why here 1001 started here when we have created. Right, now second asset master I want to create. Admin building we have created. Factory building, I'll create one factory building also. DRLB factory building. And one more thing here, if you observe, this is internal number range, system will take number range. Here we are going to create account determination. See here I said asset master card, asset class is different with reference to the account determination. Asset master card is created with reference to the asset class that we have seen. This also asset class is defined with reference to the account determination. Now, if you observe here, this asset class is this, account determination is this. DRL building, the DRL factory building. That is the classification. So here, buildings, admin building, factory building. That is the class. Right, here now, factory building. Right, we have factory, let's say at Bangalore. Sorry, ours is not Sony, it is Dr. Reddy Labs. Okay, so their factory is in where do we have business area? Okay, factory building. Factory building. Time dependent. There are Hyderabad, Bangalore. Let me take Hyderabad. So we have factory building, Dr. Reddy Labs. In Shamirpet we have in Hyderabad. And these are the things not required. Depreciation areas. DR02 is the depreciation key. We have already, system has already assigned. DR02 10% straight line depreciation. This is factory building and useful life. So factory building, let us say 30 years. And depreciation start date will be date of acquisition. Right, then next. Factory building we have created. Okay, land, heavy plant and machinery, leasehold, non-heavy plant and machinery. Okay, I'm creating freehold land, right? Land also I need to have MasterCard. Land at Shamirpet. So we have acquired some land. So this is also DRHY. Here no depreciation, 0. Useful life, you can take anything. In 100 years I can give. Right? Some year we have to give, that's all. Then freehold land, heavy plant and machinery. Right? Heavy plant and machinery. Say for example, bulk truck manufacturing machine. Manufacturing machine. This is also DRHY. Depreciation areas. Let us say this machine stays for 20 years. Right? Save it. Then coming to heavy plant and machinery, leasehold and not required. Non-heavy plant and machinery. I want to create one non-heavy plant and machinery. Master data. Non-heavy plant and machinery means, say for example, packing machine. So the pharma, medicines, etc. whatever we make, okay, one packing machine we can take. Packing machine, right? Say 909, some number. For our understanding, I'm writing non-heavy. Yeah.
When we create asset and these accounts, like why are we getting a message like?
Can you speak a little loud?
When we create this master record, we are getting a message like 2001 space 0 is created. Why are we getting 0 also?
See, that 0 means nothing but no, only one asset we have, there is no subasset. There is the only main asset we have created.
Okay.
Subasset means that creates 2001-1, 2000-2. They are the subassets.
Okay.
Right, that indicate once we create subasset, then you'll understand that. Okay, here time dependent. This is a packing machine. So this is also in Hyderabad. And depreciation key by default it has taken. Useful life say only 10 years. Save.
And this asset master is created by end user? By
yes.
end user, right?
Yes, end user only.
Which end user? Account from accounting side or purchasing
side?
No,
maybe 1 or 2 people will be given responsibility. One assistant manager level also. So he will be given responsibility depending upon the requirement he will create. And the responsibility will not be given to all people.
Okay, right.
Right. And here, if you want to make any change, see AS01 creation, AS02 change, AS03 display. I want to make a small change here for 1001 asset. Admin building, my administrative building is not at Bangalore, but at Hyderabad. But once you post entry, system will not allow you to change. Remember that. Do you want to overwrite the existing time dependent data? Yes. Right, but once you post an entry, no, it's impossible, you cannot change it. Right? Now, how many assets we have? These are the assets. So, there are master records we have created. If 0 is there here, 0 indicates asset has not been acquired till date, capitalization date. Right? They have not been acquired. And these are the numbers. Okay. Now acquisition of the asset. Whenever you acquire an asset, what is the accounting entry? Okay. So whenever we acquire an asset, the accounting entry will be acquisition of asset. So generally asset account debtor to vendor account, right? Asset account debtor because asset is coming in, vendor account is going to be created. Now if you remember, we have created even assets vendor. I can create, if you remember, I think whether you remember or not, when we create asset, okay, I want to buy asset from, okay, asset vendor. So for that purpose, what I will do, I'll create one vendor for creation, FK01 vendor creation, right? Account group, this is DRLB, we have uh, DRAV asset vendor, DREV employee vendor, MV material vendor, service vendor, right? DRAV asset vendor, right? Here what I can do is, so okay, Mr. ABC, PQR Limited or whatever it may be, for us we are going to buy assets. Just only simply I'm creating. So don't forget the earlier chapters once you enter into the new chapter. Reconciliation account. So reconciliation account, we have material vendor, service vendors, employee vendors, utility vendor, asset vendor. So assets vendor, I'm going to link up this. Start key 001. This is A1, that is domestic payments. Terms of payment 0001. Tolerance group DR09. Payment methods. If you are making any payment check, etc., if you want, you can give check. Right, that's all. So anyway, withholding tax, don't enter anything here. So now I want to procure an asset. For procuring an asset, asset account debtor to vendor account. Here in asset accounting, the posting keys are, right, posting keys. Asset debit 70, asset credit 75. Right? Asset debit 70, asset credit 75. And if you remember, to recap, what is GL debit? 40.
40. GL
Right?
credit 50.
GL credit
50.
50. Then in case of ER, what is customer debit? Anybody?
01.
Yes. Customer debit 01. Customer credit
13.
15. Right? Customer credit 10. Then vendor debit and vendor credit. What is vendor debit? 25. Vendor credit 31. Right? See, in case of general accounting, for anything we write debit, credit, debit, credit. But why in SAP these are the changes? Because depending upon the posting key, it will post you whether debit side or credit side, but depending upon the nature of the transaction. Because here in customer debit and customer credit, we are using subledgers, not main ledger. These are the subledgers. This is vendor credit and vendor. And here when you give this posting key, system will display the required entries like customer accounts, vendor accounts it will show. In case of here GL account, you take 40 and 50, it will show you GL account. Similarly, in asset account, if you take 70 and 75, it will show you asset master record. Right, not the GL account. It will show you asset master record. So asset account is also a recon account. When you have, I think if you remember, when we have created the asset accounts, all the assets accounts are reconciliation accounts. What is a recon account? Can anybody answer me? We have discussed it several times. What is meant by recon account?
Whenever we post in customer account or vendor account, it gets posted to GL
Can you
account.
speak a little loud, please?
Whenever we post in subledger, that is either in customer or vendor accounts, it will automatically get posted to recon account, that which is in GL.
Correct,
general ledger.
correct, excellent. Yes. So recon account is nothing but a recon account is a GL account to which we'll be posting through either customer or vendor. Vendor account is a subledger, customer account is a subledger, but recon account is a GL account. In fact, the balance that is reflected in the recon account will be reflected in the balance sheet. If I have 100 customers and any outstanding amount is an asset, current asset for us, that current asset should be reflected in the balance sheet. But if you have 100 customer accounts reflecting say 1 crore rupee and 100 customers, are you going to show all 100 customers one after the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to 100 in balance sheet? No. That 100 customers will be reflected in sundry debtors account. That sundry debtors is a recon account. Sundry creditors is a recon account. The total of the sundry debtors will be reflected in the sundry debtors. The total of the customer accounts will be reflected in the sundry debtors. Total of the vendors will be reflected in the sundry creditors. The balance of sundry debtors or sundry creditors will be reflected in the balance sheet. So that's why we call it as recon account. Any entry that is posted to a customer will be automatically posted to sundry debtors or sundry creditors, because we link up every customer account with a reconciliation account. In the customer master we give, in the vendor master we give recon account. That's what I have done at the time of creation of even asset vendor now. Just now I have created accounts payable, master card, right, asset vendor I have created. In the account information tab, what is this? This is asset vendor, that is sundry creditors for assets. Recon account, whenever you post any entry to this fellow, it will be automatically posted to recon account, right? That you need to understand. So now we have completed total configuration and we have created asset master cards we have understood everything now. Now what is pending is we have to acquire the asset. Again, acquisition of asset, there are 2 or 3 types. Acquisition from the external vendor, right? And acquisition through what you call AUC, that is asset under construction, something like that we have. So tomorrow we'll see acquisition of asset and acquisition, depreciation, all those things we'll see tomorrow, right? So see you again tomorrow, not tomorrow. So tomorrow is Saturday. So we'll meet again on Monday. Meanwhile, don't forget to practice your AR, AP, GL accounts, everything, because AR, AP are very much required in asset accounting again. Right. Any doubts in the earlier versions?